Yo, my game's a mixture of Tiger Woods and Stricker. Yeah, I'm smooth like Freddie, homie, no one does it slicker. I am the prize, that's why I never blink. Yeah, my game is sturdy, no kinks. We ain't in the hood, but I still be getting shot. Photographers taking pics, cause I'm looking so hot. We ain't in the hood, but I still be firing. Aiming, knocking down pins like a byron Nelson. Too hot to be melting this game, going crazy, insane. I ain't here for the money, and I ain't here for the fame. You can take the sun, I'll play in the rain, cause I do this for the love of the game. Gabriel Writer, PureSwingTV.com, PGTourDriven.com, making a little rap for you guys. This video is going to be a little bit about some of the stuff I've been thinking about and also sharing with you some of my goals. So, without further ado, let's get started and let's go to my office. I'm going to bring you guys in my office, a little more formal area. So, let's go to my office here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's zoom in there, right about there. So, here's my office. Welcome. It's a little cramped back here. I don't come into my office much, but so here we are. I've been thinking, I've been calling myself PG Tour Driven for the last year or two now, and I started thinking about what that word means. The Nationwide Tour uses that. That's their slogan. Nationwide Tour, PG Tour Driven. And I was thinking about that word driven, and I looked that word up on dictionary.com, and the word driven means a vigorous onset or onward course towards an objective or goal. A compulsion as to succeed or excel. And I think it's a lot of different things. I think it's, motivation, discipline, dedication. Are you going to do what it takes? Are you driven? And, that's what I call myself. And I had asked myself, Gabe, are you doing everything you possibly can to improve each day? And I think if you're going to become, whether it be one of the best athletes in the world or, whether it be in your business, if you're going to be some of the best in the world at what you do, it's a lifestyle. You got to do everything you can every day to get ahead. And I asked myself that question, Gabe, are you doing everything with what you have to improve? And for me, it was no. I wasn't working out enough, I wasn't stretching enough, wasn't making enough videos, wasn't working on my websites, and I wasn't practicing enough. And I was a person who used to blame my circumstances. I used to say, I don't have a membership anywhere, I don't have money for tournaments, lessons, I can't play or practice on a consistent basis. But, I finally realized that those are all excuses, and life is what you make it. So, now that I've taken responsibility that, I don't have something because of my own fault, it makes things a lot easier to move forward. So, I said no. I said I'm not doing everything I possibly can, and that's not only good. I get sidetracked, whether it be TV, and for me it's the computer. Going on YouTube or Facebook. Getting distracted, and those things are just a waste of time that aren't going to help me towards my goals. So I'm just going to share with you some of my goals today, and just trying to figure out how I can improve on making the most out of my day and being the most efficient with my time. And I think the more specific you are with your goals, the more definite our actions can be. I think I relate everything to the golf course. And it's like the golf course. If you're at the golf course and you're about to hit a shot and you're a little uncommitted, undecided on whether you want to hit a draw or a fade, our body we get uncommitted and we just hit a bad shot because we're not committed to a certain shot and what we want to do. And that's just like life. I remember saying I'm going to work out. And at night, I was like, oh, let's work out today. And, I'd go to work from 8 to 2, pick up balls for 6 hours, and scoot to the course, come back. I'd hit balls for 2 or 3 hours, go play some holes. And by the time I got back, I had to eat, and I was just exhausted. I didn't work out. And then I was like, okay, I'll just work out the next day. I'll work out in the morning. And, then a buddy called me, and he's like, hey, you want to play golf at 6 in the morning? I was like, sure, sounds fun. And then, another thing gets in the way and I don't work out. So I think the more specific you are with your day, your routine, your plan, the easier it is for you to fill out your objectives during the day. So for me, I'm gonna share with you some of my goals, and just let you know about what I've been doing. So goals, working out is crucial for an athlete. Probably the most important thing there is, especially if you're a golfer. You need to get stronger, quicker, more flexible. You know, you need to have that endurance. So if you're playing a 4-day tournament, you can last, especially on the last day on the back nine. So working out, I'm going to do 3 programs. I'm doing a workout program called Insanity. It's about 60 or 70 days indoor workout, and then after the 60 or 70 days, I got a P90X. You know, it's about 90 days, and after that, I got a DVD called Power Development for Golfers, and I was referred to that by a guy named Gabriel Lopez, who's VJ Singh's fitness coach. So you should pick up that DVD, Power Development for Golfers. Should be good. So that's my workout. You know, stretch morning, stretch every night. You know, my websites is basically my business, and I need to be producing more videos that's going to drive me more traffic and build my database. So, you know, I plan on putting about 4 videos a week. One video is going to be a golf club review, where they talk about a driver or wedge, you know, and what golfers can benefit from it. My second video will be a golf tip, whether it be a golf tip or golf lesson. Third video I'll put out each week will be, you know, my life, just a day in my life, show you guys what I've been doing, what I'm up to, and golf news. I'm going to do a video on golf news. Sometimes there's some really interesting stuff that goes on in the golf world, and I'm going to share it with you just in case you didn't know. And then, I also want to email my database twice a week from pureswingtv.com. So if you're a member there, I'm going to be sending out at least 2 emails a week updating you on certain stuff. And then golf, you know, I want to at least hit a large a day, you know, short game for 1:45, and putt for 45 minutes, and play at least 3 times a week. And that's just the minimum, you know, that's just the minimum in case I'm really busy certain days. That's the minimum I want to do at least. So there's some of my goals, you know, like I said, try to be specific with your goals, get a set plan, get a schedule, get a routine, and I think that's going to make things a lot easier for you. And commitment, it's like I said, my workout, you know, I've committed now to working out in the morning before I do anything else. You know, if somebody wants to play golf, I'm gonna tell them I can't do it. I gotta commit to my workout and keep going from there. So focus on the why and stay committed. Be specific. I think that's gonna help me out, and hopefully that'll help you out as well. So, you click right here. I made a fitness assessment video. You can see how skinny and weak these arms are. So, just gonna track my progress. I'm gonna do a fitness assessment video every month. So that's just a little what you can expect from me. That's my life. That's my goals. So talk to you guys soon. This is Gabriel Ryder signing out.